Hi, my name is Carly Sukup, and I'm completing this course through GCU to complete my provisional teaching license. I'm currently completing coursework towards receiving a certification in applied behavior analysis to become a board-certified behavior analyst. This coming school year, I will be teaching children with autism ages K through 2. As an educator, my goal is to have the highest standards for myself and, of course, the disposition in which I strongly agree with. As I went through the survey, I found myself putting myself in the position of what was being discussed in each disposition and then thinking about how I would handle that particular scenario. If it was a scenario I could confidently work through and I was able to provide feedback and facts to support my decision, then I would say I strongly agree. If it was a situation where I found myself thinking a little longer and harder on the topic, I would put that I agree. Because as I went through the survey, there weren't any dispositions that I disagreed with. There were just dispositions that I knew as an educator and professional I could work a little harder on. Dispositions in which I felt strongly about were setting up and supporting realistic expectations for all students, promoting social justice and confidentiality and fairness, practicing ethical behavior, modeling integrity, community involvement in the educational setting, and being committed to the profession. When working with students with disabilities, there are going to be different abilities and needs for each student, and it is my job as an educator to take the time and effort to provide each individual with a plan that will work for them and allow them to become successful in their education. This is important to me because I have found that providing a child with the right environment, support, and guidance, they are capable of so much more than people may at first give them credit for. Maintaining confidentiality is important because oftentimes in these individualized cases, there is a lot of professional information that goes into the file as well as personal, and you're going to have more buy-in and also trust in return as you provide the child with what they deserve as a learner. This also goes along with ethical behavior towards the child. Remain confidential is just a small end of the ethical behavior, but I always make it a point to remain ethical and treat each student with care and attention they need for a growing mind. You are the model for these students, and for me, that means that I'm going to show up to work dressed professionally with a smile on my face, ready to work. We all have bad days and personal drama going on, but it isn't something that we need to bring to the classroom. I do pride myself in being very good at leaving my stress at the door and completing my job to the fullest potential. If you're committed to your profession, it is going to reflect on the work being done. One of my strengths and most prized dispositions is being committed, because that way you are able to really make a difference in the lives that you didn't think you could change, and also see progress that you never thought was possible by just simply letting your passions show in everything you do with the children you are serving. There are dispositions as part of the survey that I agree with, but don't find myself as strong-willed in these areas and know there is room for improvement. Cultural diversity is something that is becoming more prevalent, and it is something that I completely respect. I just don't feel as educated in different cultures as I should be. I do also find it is difficult to self-reflect at times. This is extremely important to mental health and being part of taking care of yourself, but I oftentimes put it in the back burner and until I have other priorities complete. When thinking about curiosity, I was thinking more of the parents of my students and the curiosities that they develop. I sometimes find this difficult to support because they are either asking questions out of my realm or asking about other scenarios that are completely different than what is being worked on with their child. Demonstrating friendliness, warmth, and genuine caring relationships is extremely important to keeping a good support system. I do sometimes find it difficult when educators are collaborating and there are different opinions going around the room. This is when I can find it getting less sincere and more of a competition. I will have to say this makes me uncomfortable in the fact that there shouldn't be a competition, instead always a willingness to help. When completing the survey, I found all the dispositions to be of great importance. Some just fell in my direct wheelhouse and others did not.